This is video number 1 on a new series that we're going to do here on Spa Life TV. I'm so excited about it. We're actually going to read this book together. So I invite you to join me as we go through this book, because how many times have you bought a book and you really wanted to get the information, but it takes time to read it? And how do you digest it and make it become a part of your life? This is so important, because if you find yourself trying to heal from a disease or trying to lose weight or trying to get fit or wondering like what's going on with your gut, and you're doing all the things but you're not getting the results that you want, oftentimes it's something we're not even looking at. Like, we're not even in the proper, our body is not in its proper original design. And how do we get back into that original design so that your body actually heals? That's what I call the Spa Life method, and that's what this book is all about. It is golden, and I have been getting testimonials from people who have literally changed their life by some of the ideas that are in this book. So let's do this together, and I'm actually going to read the pages to you, and then we'll talk about it. And if you feel inspired, leave some comments. What are your thoughts about what we talked about, what we read? Leave your comments here so we can have a discussion, and we can change the way that we look at health. I want you to enjoy amazing, vibrant health because you deserve it. It is your original design, and we're gonna walk through this together. So I'm gonna read a couple pages, and then we'll talk a little bit, and then I'll read some more, and then every day we'll just keep getting through the book, and yeah, I hope it changes your life. So here we are, chapter 1, a walk through a spa. Sometimes the most radical thing you can do for your health is simply to exhale. The moment everything changed. I didn't plan on crying. It was just a spa. A regular Tuesday, a birthday gift I nearly canceled because I was just too busy. There were dishes in the sink, emails waiting, and 100 reasons to stay in hustle mode. But something in me, a whisper that I had been ignoring for far too long, said, go. The moment I stepped through the spa doors, something shifted. The air smelled like lavender and eucalyptus. The light was golden and low, wrapping the space in a kind of reverent hush. A woman with kind eyes touched my shoulder, and she said something so simple, and it stopped me in my tracks. She said, take your time. I remember this day so very well. And for the first time in 9 months, maybe years, I did. I walked slowly down a candlelit hallway. My robe gently brushed at the ankles. The warmth of the space softened the edges inside of me. And then it happened. My shoulders dropped, my jaw unclenched, and I let out a breath I didn't even know I was holding. That's when I heard it. It wasn't aloud, but unmistakably, thank you. It wasn't from the woman, it was actually from my body. That quiet, reverent moment wasn't about the massage or the essential oils. It was about remembering a rhythm I had forgotten. The rhythm of being alive, not just performing, not just functioning. Maybe as I'm reading this, you're feeling that yourself, just like, wait, there is a rhythm that I have forgotten. And that's why we often feel like our body is like something's off. If you ever wake up, it's like, oh, why do I feel edgy and everything's fine? Or why do things bug me so much? Something's off. I had been moving so fast, doing so much, striving so hard, I didn't even realize I had left myself behind. That moment in the spa became the origin story of what I now call the Spa Life method. A philosophy, a framework, a rhythm of being that invites your body back into safety, softness, and sacred stillness. You don't have to go to a spa to feel it. You simply have to remember. And that's what we're going to do in this book. We're going to literally learn how to adopt the spa life lifestyle into your everyday. You don't have to go to a spa. When I would go to the spa and I felt so amazing, so healthy, I didn't have to think about being healthy. I didn't have to think about trying to be happy and joyful and peaceful and calm. It just came naturally. And I couldn't figure out, how do I bring that feeling that I know is healthy into my busy life? I couldn't figure it out. And I used to run to the beach or run to get a massage, chasing. Maybe you know what I mean. It's like we're constantly chasing health. And we're going from one symptom relief to the next symptom to the next symptom. But really, there's an underlying root cause. And when you get your body in its proper rhythm, when your body is dialed in, then you can get healthy easily. That's how health is supposed to be. It's supposed to have ease. It's supposed to have flow. It's supposed to make you feel peaceful. Next section, the cape we wear. If you're anything like me, you wear a cape too. It's invisible, but it's heavy. And most people don't even see it. They see the woman who gets everything done, the one who organizes the carpool, coordinates the family calendars, cooks the paleo dinner, remembers everyone's birthday, runs a business or a career, keeps the vitamins stocked, and then smiles all through it all. You've mastered multitasking. You track your cycles, your macros, your meditation minutes. You've read the books, tried the green drinks, even booked the IV trips. You do self-care, but it still feels like another job. And if you're being honest, sometimes you wonder, why am I doing all the quote unquote right things and I feel so off? I remember feeling that way. It was so confusing. A racing heart, I blamed on caffeine. I blamed the digestive knots in my stomach on not having enough probiotics. Maybe that's you, and it's just more supplements is just not the answer. I was convinced that the exhaustion is part of being a mom. I labeled the brain fog as mom brain. I tried to outrun anxiety with more productivity. Every symptom was met with more effort. I doubled down. I researched harder, added another supplement, scheduled another appointment, but underneath it all, my body was drowning in stress signals. My nervous system never felt truly safe, and no amount of doing could fix that. It wasn't a discipline problem. It was a disconnection problem. A disconnection from my breath, from my gut, and from God. The next section, wellness in disguise. What I didn't understand then, but I do now, is that I had turned my healing into another hustle. Maybe you're doing that. Maybe you apply that same hustle mentality that we use when we're juggling work and family and meals and activities, and we're just like go, 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 go in our real life, the hustle life, and then we try to apply that into our wellness. It doesn't work. And as you'll hear in my story throughout this book, and the reason that I'm actually doing this with you is because it actually has the reverse effect. I was doing all the things and I still got sick and almost lost my life. And that's why I have to share this with you. Well, so I was doing my health in a hustle culture, in a hustle mode, and the wellness world cheered me on for it. They praised my dedication and my discipline, my devotion to organic eating, intense workouts, infrared saunas, and the latest adaptogens looked impressive from the outside. But inside, I was still stuck in fight or flight. Now, I love infrared sauna. I have one right there. I love supplements. I take tons. I love adaptogens. Oh, they're so much fun. And I love to work out. But until you get the foundation, until you get to the root of what health is all about, it'll always be like swimming upstream with dumbbells tied to your ankles. You're going, 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 but you're not getting anywhere, or you're literally going backwards. That's not what it's all about. And so we need to do this totally different. And once you adopt the Spa Life Method way, oh, it's going to be easy. You're going to love it. I wasn't healing. I was performing health while surviving stress. And that's a hard truth for many of us to admit, right? Because we've been conditioned to believe healing is something we have to earn, that if we just try harder and be more consistent, more informed, more in control, then we'll finally feel better. But is that the truth? You cannot heal in a state of hypervigilance. The gut can't function, the brain can't rest, hormones can't balance, and your soul can't exhale when your nervous system is stuck in survival mode. That's not failure, my friend. That's biology. And I want to talk a little bit into hypervigilance. I didn't even understand what my anxiousness was. And I go to a wellness hospital clinic in Mexico. And so I have a doctor there, Dr. Ulloa. And I said, I don't know why I feel anxious. I want to have peace inside of me, but it's this constant going of my mind and agitation. And I didn't know it was called hypervigilance at the time. And I explained it to him. I said, I feel like I'm at the edge of a cliff and I'm constantly like taking care of this person and taking care of that person, worrying about this and worrying about that. And as I fix one problem over here, I look, there's another problem over there. As I worry about those bills, I have to plan this other. And so I'm constantly, and I'm in this hypervigilant state. Nothing was wrong. Nobody was doing anything wrong. It was my mind. It was the way that I looked at health. It was the way that I was living my life. And it was the way that my nervous system was so rattled that I was unable to handle even the stresses that were coming into my life. And that was hypervigilance. So those are some of the things that we're going to talk about here. And I leave your questions down below. I'll tell if you want to know the name of the clinic I go to, if you want to know the things that I use, I'm going to share that with you as we go along. But just to set the foundation on this video, it's important that we become curious and we become open that there has to be a better way. And the Spa Life method is the way. And we're going to walk through this together. So I hope you enjoyed this first video. We only got through page 2, so we got a long ways to go. But I want to make these videos short and sweet so you can just take these little bite size. And so today, what can we do? Today, we can just get curious. What would health look like if it was easy? What would it look like if you woke up in the morning and you just felt vibrant and your joints weren't aching and you were just like optimistic and ready to get up and energetic? And what if you didn't have that afternoon slump or the aching in the joints? What would life be like? That's our goal. That's what we want to do. I want you to experience freedom in your body, freedom from pain, freedom from fear of illness, and the freedom to just experience peace and joy. When you adopt the Spa Life way, you're going to feel that. So I'm excited for you. I'm excited to be doing this with you. And yeah, we'll see you on the next video.